elements I'd use to differentiate Culture Kings in the market was one, focusing on the clear gap in the market. Look, I felt there was a lot of stores that sold both male and female clothes, and they sort of always lent to have this bit more in female because they just shopped more and they were so much the decision maker. Where for myself, I was like, look, I want to base this around myself and my love, and I know this gap in the market for male, masculine energy store. And this created with this vision of high energy, nightclub-like environment. This caused us to create key brand elements like the DJs and having the music louder than normal. Like, this created a higher energy, it created more momentum in the store and created that feeling and buzz that you got in there. As well, we also caused us, which is very important, to create a clear distinction. This caused us some people to dislike our brand. But look, for someone to love your brand on this side of the bell curve, someone has to hate it. And we would always get these Google complaints and stuff. Some of them were my mum, like, the music's too loud in there, you need to turn it down. It's like, look, if it's too loud, you're too old, get them out. But I wouldn't say that. But my reasoning was, I wanted Culture Kings to be the first store you went shopping without your parents. Like, your parents are the older ones going to be like, oh, it's too loud in here. You know, that's what we didn't want, right? We wanted it to be when you were like 15 years old and you first got money and you went to the shopping center with your friends. It's like, I wanted you to beeline for Culture Kings. Like, that was the environment, the music, the hangout, the connection is every bit of item of clothing. You cherished it from that environment, from that experience. And to do that, we had to create the disassociation. People had to hate it for those people to love it. This was a clear branding decision. And we also had to leave money on the table with stuff like this. Like, obviously some of the parents, but as well, we had to delete the whole tween or kid range, because I know for myself, I remember when I was like 16, I like wanted this DC shirt and I got it. And then I remember I saw like a 12-year-old wearing it. I'm like, oh, that's whack now. I don't want to fucking wear it. And it's like those associations happen. So I knew we had to disassociate. We didn't go those youth sizes or those kids that could, anything that could affect our proper brands. We would start at size small. We wanted it to be that environment that you went shopping to and have that masculine, older energy. And two, this is the other reason, is why we chose from a brand some of our store locations like Vegas and Gold Coast and these theater and CBDs, is because what I believed is, guys, we don't go shopping every weekend, right? It's not really this activity we do for fun, but we have to do it sometimes. A lot of times we find ourselves on holiday doing it. But I always thought, look, if we create that right environment with the music and the atmosphere and all the exclusive, awesome stuff, the mix between sport, music, fashion, pop culture, you know, and mixing it up in this epic way where the actual cross-pollination is where the value is created. I always believed, like, guys, you get us in the right state, you get that high warmth, high confidence greeting, you have someone who's an expert in their field in there, like, we just flick a switch and like, fuck it, I'm doing the whole winter right now. And we'll start loading up on all the different apparel, tops, shoes. We'll buy those whole outfits. We'll spend $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 sales can happen in that environment. Culture Kings was built to flick that switch in that male psyche. And this is a key part of the branding. Now look, we still sell a fair bit of women's stuff, but I always position, even though we sell women's stuff, it's through a masculine lens. Girl, look, that's why we don't sell dresses or pink or anything like that. But sometimes a girl just wants to wear a hoodie, and a guy's hoodie is better than a girl's hoodie. They want to wear sweatpants and sneakers or cargo pants and tight back. That masculine energy is this really cool way that girls can portray that mood or that they're in for that environment. And that's where we could clearly talk to that girl that when they brought it from Culture Kings, it was so much more authentic than buying some girly version sort of mingled across into that masculine lens. So how, with all these branding parts, did we pull it together? Look, the most important way to do this is your core values. I truly believe selecting these early on in your business is so important. These are basically what are the beliefs that you've got about your organization at the highest level. And as much as you can distill them into words, powerful words with a story behind it, the team can understand. The team can know how to use it and pursue it. For us at Culture Kings, this was ones like scared money don't make no money, right? Which is part of our, that we would throw down, we would be aggressive, we would chase it, we would set the trend, we would drive it. We wouldn't just be like, oh, we'll see what happens. We won't sit on the fence. We will make a decision and we'll pull the trigger. We would always be as progress, not perfection. Take action, forward momentum, fuck shit up, which was another way of driving innovation, rather than saying, oh, innovate. Like, I wanted that language and that energy of that to show that we take action. And this is even to our purpose of our why, create magic moments for our customers, our teammates, and ourselves. That's why the music was loud. That's why we do the sharpshoot. That's why we do the gamifications, the in-store events, and all these things that tied back to our brand is through those core beliefs, those core values, came the whole way down and resonated to us as our team and then to the customers. In building a brand, it is so important to clearly articulate and understand what are those core values, your highest level beliefs for what you need your brand to do in the market. Look, if we were selling medical equipment, we can't have, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission, right? Like, people would freaking die. But this, for our business, for our gap in the market, these core values suited it. Your core values need to be able to drive the behavior and actions you want to hit what you believe is that gap in the market. For us, I believe there was a gap in the market of true streetwear, which I saw as not this surfwear of the sport, music, fashion, pop culture that appealed to guys, that had this resonate, that gave them that feeling, and how much we could learn and adapt from the greats of branding, LVMH Group, Louis Vuitton, Mount Hennessy, how we could take those principles of luxury and bring them into the streetwear so that the clothes had the ultimate emotion and feeling behind them that would translate to the customer.